saw the place 3 days before September 1st, and it was super crazy, but it was just doable. Like, it was just barely doable.
I found this home. It's from a call with Taylor, actually. We discussed starting a collective, and we wanted to have a few women in the home that we resonated really well with. And I was searching through all these homes, and this house just kept popping up on the search engine. And many times I pushed it away. I said, no, not this home. I can't even afford you. I'm not even going to click on it and get my hopes up. But it just kept on showing up, and it kept on showing up. So I allowed it. And I clicked on this home, and I looked at it. And as soon as I seen these pictures, I was so inspired. I said, yeah, we can make this work.
So I show up here having like a part-time job at Hot and Cold Cafe, and like this vision of this like collective of women taking up this like beautiful mansion that Vicky has. And there's like two other groups of people. One is a family, another one would be I think a group of friends who are renters, but I showed up with a jar of rose petals, wild roses, that I picked like one by one at Island View Beach, with like pink and orange and yellow calendula and like a moonstone in it. Like, I didn't have any idea if she'd even be open to me at all, but I like gave her this like gift that was like so precious to me, and I was just so blown away by the house the whole time. Like, everyone else was kind of, the family was all really skeptical of everything, and I was just like, oh my god. Like, just like looking around. And
I remember just coming into this space and feeling this overwhelming amount of, it was the first time I'd been in a place where so much was going on and so many creative pursuits and explorations were happening, but at the same time it felt spacious.
The house is so big, and so you'd think that 9 was a lot, but actually it's spacious enough that everyone still gets their own space if they need it. But yeah, and then the most we've had, I think, is 12 people. We've had people sleeping in the living room on mattresses. We've had people with their partners stay with us for extended periods of time.
It was Tara.
Yeah, Tara was tenting on top of our hot tub. Mm-hmm. I lived on the deck right here, actually. This was my bedroom for 2 months, I think.
And afterwards, we didn't really get a chance to talk. I think she had been really hoping that the family was going to do it. They were probably a lot more stable. But right before we all left and we're at the bottom, I had a couple minutes to talk to her, and I, in that time, was really able to clearly translate what the vision was, and yeah, that we all had these natural healing practices, and that we were wanting a space to be and all be together. And yeah, Vicky ended up going for it.
When I went downstairs, I saw this like beautiful open space and then a washroom like right connected to it. And so I just envisioned like having my like float center in that house. And then, yeah, and then it worked out that we like convinced the landlords to let us rent downstairs. Like, essentially we had our kitchen, the float tank, my bed, all in one room. I would have like people come in, and definitely people were surprised to see like my bed being right there, and then like the float tank. But I assured them that it was strictly business.
I heard about Celestial Grace through one of my oldest friends, Taylor King. She invited me over to just visit and meet the girls. So I came over for the weekend, spring equinox 2017, and met the ladies and just totally fell in love.
And what really kind of drew me in was when I realized how aligned all of the values were in the space of what we wanted to create. Like, when I walked in here and saw all the plants and people making medicine 24/7 and waking up to like the smells of like rose oil being cooked on the stove and all this sorts of stuff.
It was just crazy, like the process of getting everyone in here in that short amount of time and everything. And yeah, it was just an opportunity that came up, and it was a huge risk, and it was a huge rush, and it was a huge inspiration.
Like, I just loved everyone so much and bonded with everyone so much. Taylor was the one who like weaved everyone together and like weaved everyone's hearts together. Like I was also part of that. So I think I was just holding space, I think more like for Taylor to then hold everyone else.
I feel like what enamored me truly about this house is how much attention all the women put into their hearts. How much they know that being kind to others is like being kind to ourselves, and the words that we tell to others, our own inner child hears and feels.
The highlights living in Celestial Grace were just the pure moments of connection with the women. Having like parties in the kitchen, just like cooking beautiful food together, like intimate gatherings in the living room, like sharing food, talking, staying up late. It's just really raw, authentic moments. The rare occasions when you would find yourself alone with a housemate, when the house was just sort of like empty and quiet, which didn't happen often. And you just had the opportunity to connect one-on-one. Those were like really special moments.
So solitude was rare. But moments when you had the house to yourself, nice. Wow.
It's not that we all are against men in any way, shape, or form. As we know, Ian lives here now and he's so perfect and lovely here. I think it was just a matter of making it, I don't want to say easier, but in a sense at the time, like, there's just, for a lot of people, there's a lot of trauma or just a lot more to go through with, like, having men around, and that's not to be projected onto any other guy in the future, but I think we have to get through these things inside ourselves in order to be able to share externally. So in our home, again, that feeling of safe space, like just creating that one step at a time.
I've seen incredibly complex, overwhelming situations show up in this household where it's like we're maintaining the ethic of like every voice matters, and we're supporting the needs of the collective and also caring for each other individually. And I've been a part of circles where we sit for 2 hours and hear everybody, and there's tears, and there's like the deepest things that are going on for that person, as well as the practical, as well as the, you know, it's instilled a faith through experience for me that there's room for all of it. And
the space I spent the most time in was the kitchen, because that's where I love being. I actually know everyone's stomach by heart as well.
It was just totally inspired, totally sporadic, like roller coaster ride.
I came to this house because I fell in love with the women inside of it. I saw enormous potential for growth, spiritual, artistic, emotional, and this opportunity for creation and collaboration, the projects of my wildest dreams, an artist's haven. I saw the offerings that each woman brought, 9 different colors painting one complete picture, a nest of creatives, healers, witches, sisters, feeding each other's minds and hearts, overcoming our weaknesses together and honing our strengths and skills. But more than anything, I wanted to spend this time of my life blossoming in all the ways that I craved, with the kinds of girls I always wished I knew and took 24 years to find. I dreamt of lightness, creation, and play, a constant stream of inspiration. But now,
every thought, action, we're changing so much more than just ourselves. Every thought, action, we're changing so much more than just ourselves. of everything, experiencing interpersonal relational ups and downs, ins and outs, practical challenges, dreams more expansive than ever before. I challenged myself in every way. In every human reflection, I break open farther into awareness of who I am, what I need, and what I want to create. Beyond boundaries, we are bigger, we are bolder together than as one. What has been built and cultivated in our home exists in every atom of every person. As we divide, move, and change, we are shifting universal consciousness, collectness, 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 every thought, action, we are changing so much more than just ourselves. Understand this action. We are changing so much more than just ourselves. No dream is too big. Harmony in humanity is possible, witnessed here and probable to spread. Realities intertwine and I see myself as reflected in those around me. I am so deeply satisfied and filled up to know that I am free and safe enough to be all of these different aspects of myself. Equally as challenged by seeing my deepest frustrations and pointing the finger back at me. We naturally attract more of where we are going than where we have been. A chain reaction, love, kin, constant evolution into more love. Creativity and positivity, endless understandings start to flourish in the ground we have been dancing and digging up. Every thought to action, we are changing so much more than just ourselves. Selves.